When you see the whole world shaking and you feel your heart is breaking, take my hand, no hesitating. When you're just so tired of trying, all alone you feel like hiding. Together we'll keep fighting. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Don't stop now. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna mountains too high we can climb it. Feelings we're taking the moment. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Can you see the sun is shining like a new hope? Feel it rising, coming over the horizon. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Don't stop now. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna mountains too high we can climb it. Feelings we're taking the moment. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Don't you give up on me. Don't you give up, don't you give up now. Don't you give up on me. Don't you give up now. Don't you give up on me. Don't you give up now. Don't you give up on me. Don't you give up now. There's no stopping.
Good evening. It might have been a little out of sync with the video and what I was seeing here. I'm actually live now. Okay, this is not pre-recorded. I'm a little bit earlier. It's 6:45. And I had everything together. So I wanted to just start. I mean, you could watch it on the replay, but I started a little bit earlier. And it's about 6:45, going on 6:45. And usually we go, or I put on the podcast at 7. Anyway, I'm Chris Jewell. I'm an associate broker and licensed referral specialist with Realty Connect LLC. And this is my weekly podcast, Real Estate with Mr.G. Okay? And what I'm going to do tonight, too, to tell you a little bit about my company, what I do marketing now for Realty Connect LLC. And basically, we can still talk. We can consult. You could call and contact me, email me, text me, send me smoke signals. But when it comes to actual showing of the property or showing you properties or listing your property, that will be done with an agent within the area that your property is located or where you want to look. Okay, so let me give you a look at my website here for a second. This is it here. This is Realty Connect LLC. Is it coming up here? Hold on, I want to see if my realtyconnect.com/Christopher-Gargiulo. Now, you can get to it as well. And as you will see with my video, you could get to it as well with real estate with Mr.G.com or real estate with Mr.G.us. I've had some problems with putting that URL address, for instance, in a social media post, and when you click on it, it doesn't go there. I don't know why. I have to double check with GoDaddy and see why is that happening. But if you type it in, the URL address by itself, you will get to it. And basically, you see a nice little picture of me here, and it gives you a little bit of background. It says don't get stuck with the wrong agent. And basically, when you log in here and you enter your information, for instance, requesting an agent now, and your first name, last name, email, phone, sell, buy and sell, and you click on that get started. I'm not going to click on the get started now. And then you put in the areas that you're looking or where your property is to be listed, and you'll be introduced to up to 3 top agents in that area. And they'll schmooze you, and you just pick the one you feel the most comfortable with. And I think that's a good thing. And you could still speak to me, and we could chat. You're basically getting an agent, an extra agent, without any additional fees. Okay, I am getting paid at the back end once the property is sold. So if you're a buyer and you're using me, there's no additional fee. If you're a seller and you're using me, whatever the commission is set at, if it's set at 6% or whatever, it's not like it's going to be 6.5% or 7%. It doesn't have to be. I mean, actually, commissions are not set in stone. You could charge 4%, you could charge 7%. But there's not an additional fee for using my service. Okay? So with that in mind, let me show you my nifty little video to show you that kind of puts it into a nutshell. Doesn't that nicely explain what I do? So I could find you a home within the 50 states of America. It could be Virginia, it could be California, it could be Alaska, it could be Wyoming, it could be Oregon, okay? And I could help you. So I think that's a good thing. And I hope you try out my service. Now, interest rates have peaked at 7%. I think what point they went a little bit over. I spoke to one of the closing companies I've worked with in the past, and says a rough market right now. And that's because inventory is very low, prices are high, and mortgage rates are high. And one of the reasons why inventory is low is because people who have their existing homes and they had a great rate, maybe 3%, 3.5%, and now if they sell their home, and usually uh, when it's a younger person, younger couple, usually when they're selling a home, they're moving into a larger one. Okay, their family is expanding. They have more income, so they want the bigger house, they want the pool, and so forth. But now, to do that, not only is it going to be a more expensive house, it's also going to be a mortgage that's more than double than for what they bought their first house with. So they're waiting to see if these rates will go down. Okay, so that's the situation we're having right now. Um, uh, that movement, and I spoke to one of my closing companies, good friend, and she said the market is really bad now. Now, of course, there's going to be someone. Oh, I'm doing great. I'm not having a problem, whatever. Yeah, I'm always going to have the, you know, with real estate, it comes in dribs and drabs. You have a great couple of months, and then and goes back. And then when you're doing bad, someone else who had during that time period, they weren't doing anything. Now it's picking up for them. There's no rhyme or reason, but in general, it's a tough time. It's a tough time. Now, today's topic, and actually, let me have my person come in and give the. Let's see. Okay, hold on. I think this is my person who's asking the. I think this is Carol from Virginia Beach.
Good day, Mr. G. My husband and I enjoy your weekly video podcasts, which are extremely helpful. We are considering purchasing a new construction. Should we still use a real estate agent? Please let us know. Thanks so much.
Okay, that's a very good question. That leads us into today's discussion. And actually, new construction is something truly to consider right now with the low inventory. Building is going up, and it's needed, right? We need new homes because people are not selling their homes. So you might go to um, a new center where they're building maybe perhaps condos, and you're going there, and you get a tour. Now, you could go there on your own, and but I would always recommend, even if you go check it out, uh, that you say, I have an agent, I want buyer's representation. And most of these developers are ready um, to pay a commission to the buyer's agent. All right, they rather not. Okay, right? Okay, but if they know you're not going to purchase without having buyer's representation, they'll work it out with you. They'll let you have an agent come in. Now, basically, what the way it could be, the first time you come, you have to be with an agent. Sometimes you just need to go with an agent to show it, because if they're saying, uh, I've had that happen before. If we meaning the developers start showing this potential buyer the whole condo complex, they're showing them units, they're showing whatever amenities they have, they might say, well, now you didn't earn your commission. So it's always best, and if I'm talking to a buyer, I'm talking to buyers right now, go with an agent first, because it'll better protect you. Okay, I mean, unless I have to say, because I got to put it up here. Hold on for a second. my caption wasn't up. Do I need an agent for a new construction? Um, you might have great experience buying homes on the new construction, and maybe you would forego it. I don't know, but I would say in most situations, you should have that buyer's representation. Okay, and let's go over why that would be a good idea. All right, so actually, I'm going to take down my caption now so we see a lot better. The value of an agent when buying your new construction home. So buying a construction home can be an exciting experience, from being the very first owner to customizing your home features. And that's the nice thing about the new construction, because if you're visiting at a point where they didn't put in the kitchen or the bathrooms, the flooring, you may have that option saying, well, I want to go with hardwood floors. I want to go with carpeting. Okay, I want granite countertops. You have that choice to go with that option. So that's really nice. Of course, granite countertops, of course, will be more expensive, and we're going to talk about that to make sure that you're within your budget. All right. So your realtor or real estate agent will be key to helping you navigate this process. They can guide you through construction and help anticipate and solve for any possible snags along the way. All right. So agents will know the local area and market. And uno momento, I lost my highlighter because I was actually making notes here. Let's close that out. So if you're really brand new to an area, they could show you um, the different pluses that area has, the shopping centers, the schools. They could work that out for you. And then this is a little tricky. For example, you want to be aware if there were any plans to construct a highway through the woods behind your prospective backyard. I imagine that would be in a more rural area. I've seen in Newport News like a little boulevard connecting two major avenues, right? That was built since I moved down here. Um, Now, I think it actually created more uh, residential space and commercial space when they did that. But if you're in the more rural area, you might want to ask your agent, do you know if there's any roads that are planning to be built? Because a lot of times, when you have all of a sudden a highway built, or and you have a lot of traffic noise. I've shown communities where they have those sound barriers up, but they never really work 100%. It helps, um, but it's not 100% fixed. So this is something that an agent may know, and if they don't know, they could find out. They know who to contact, perhaps in city government, if there's anything that is going to be built in that area. Knowledge of construction quality and the builder reputation. Okay, your agent may know this builder and how professional they are, how good their reputation is, what is a good deal to go with them. I'm going to just throw this out now. Even with your best construction people, it is best always to once you're into contract and once the unit, the house, the condo is completed, it's always best to have a home inspection. Even though the developer is going to give you some sort of warranties and guarantees, it's always best. I found out, and it's not often, but sometimes the developer is not really going by code. I had one deal that it was sort of it was a new construction, but it was a gut renovation of a house, and the home inspector was not happy with a couple of things that they did, and he recommended, and we talked it over, that it would be best not to continue with it because there was too many code violations. So that happens. So always have a home inspector go through. It's money that you're not going to recoup. If it's $350, $400, but you'll have peace of mind. Okay, and customization, upgrades, and um, you know, I give you an example this week. Our church is getting new floors for our parish hall, and for a while, we talked about this. The gray premium vinyl floors, that was the big thing in new renovation and constructions. Now the gray is getting passe now, and your agent might say, "What's in?" And you might not care about that, right? Who cares if that's the color you want? If you want brown, if you want gray, okay, that's what you go for. You go for a tan, but your agent could tell you what's uh, uh, a good choice. But for instance, if you go with granite or if you go with a vinyl countertops, there's pluses and negatives of both, and you just decide what's best for you. Um, but also, these upgrades will most likely add long-term value to your home. But you got to remember, you have to check in with your loan officer because maybe, you know, if the condo, for example, is going for 350,000, and the loan officer, you're good up to like 355, but some of these upgrades may make you surpass that amount. So you always have to check in too with your loan officer. And understanding builders' contracts and negotiations. Also, um, what's happened lately with the increase in mortgage rates. A year ago, someone who was eligible for example, again, for a $350,000 home, now wouldn't be because the mortgage rate went up and you have a higher monthly payment. Um, and some developers with their existing contracts made concessions so they could still have the contract. And folks, don't forget, when you go, especially when it's a new construction, your house may not be ready until 3 months later, 6 months later, maybe a year later. And we saw, you know, in the year's time, mortgage rates go up pretty fast. And you may not be eligible through a mortgage to purchase that house. So there are different incentives that you could speak to through your agent and saying, are they offering any money back to help pay for closing costs, to pay down a mortgage rate. Sometimes if you use their same closing company, they'll give you another concession. All right. So your agent could find out all those nice little extras. So the guidance and expertise of a local real estate agent can make all the difference in turning your vision of the perfect home into real reality or realty. And let's connect, and let's do that. I showed you where we could connect. Okay? And let's get rid of this and make me back over here and make me nice and big. Okay. Then I always like to remind people that on my blog, I have the summer guide to buying a home. And these guides are, they come out every quarterly. They come out quarterly. So it's fresh new information. Probably we're in August now, probably next month, maybe about the second weekend, I will have the full guides. And not only do we have for the buyer, we have for the seller too. All right. And what's going on within the market. And where do you get these wonderful things? You go to real estate with Mr.G.blog -resource or /resource -materials. And basically, if you go to my blog and you'll see the menu bar and the tabs of that, you just click on that. And you could download them for free. All right. I also have a little video to show you about how we need more homes. That the inventory level is down low. So let me show that video to you right now. Okay, so this proof right now video on the low inventory of homes, and we definitely could use more. All right, but it's a personal thing, you know. Even though we need more homes, if you're saying, "Hey, I don't want to pay for a 7% mortgage," now, and this is a whole other topic. I mean, if you bought your house years ago and it's either paid free and clear or you have a very small balance, and especially now with home prices being high, you could sell it, make a nice little profit, and then the next house you buy, you put down a heck of a lot of money and have a very small mortgage payment. So it's really a case by case situation. Okay, if in that situation, if someone has a very small balance left on their mortgage, yeah, they could sell right now. If you bought a house 4 or 5 years ago at 3%, it's a tougher decision to make right now. Let's put it that way. All right, so I believe that we may have a special guest in the audience. Is that right, Isabella, my producer?
Yes, Mr. G, we have a couple of famous celebrities in the audience. Frida and Heinrich Heimlich were circus performers in East Germany prior to the destruction of the Berlin Wall. When one of the stones from the wall hit Heinrich Heimlich in the head, he changed his mind on circus performing, and he and his wife, Frida, became biking enthusiasts. Tonight, in our audience, they will perform some of their most daring bicycle tricks. Hope you enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, Frida and Heinrich Heimlich.
That was really good, very good bicycle act. I'm glad they stopped by. Okay, so that's our video podcast for tonight. I hope you learned something really, really good. And we're getting close to the end of summer. So enjoy the days, these dog days of summer. Go to the pool, go swimming, go on picnics, be with your family. All right. And I hope everyone is doing very, very, very well. Okay. And I'll see you next week. And always remember, the greatest power we have is to love, and the greatest gift, each other. And I'll see you next week.